Right there. And then, if you will, I'm going to give you an oath first of all, unless you prefer the clerk to do that.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you shall give to the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and so be God?
You can put your hand down. First, reintroduce yourself to the court. We need to make a record here, so say your first and last name and spell it for our court reporter.
My name is Wanda Cooper Jones. Spell my last name.
Spell first and last, please.
First name is Wanda. That's W-A-N-D-A. Cooper is C-O-P-E-R. Jones, J-O-N-E-S.
And you prepared a short written statement, a victim impact statement that you wish to share with the court about your son and about this volunteering today. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Someone contacted my attorney on the behalf of Glenn County this past spring during the course of the GBI's secondary investigation. They discovered what they believe to be one of Ahmaud's bone fragments near where he was murdered in Satilla Shores. They wanted to know what we wanted to do with those pieces of my son that they were still discovering in the streets. I have sat here and I've listened to the attorneys for both Travis and Gregory McMichael. They tried to explain that their clients believed that my son was a trespasser. On that bright Sunday afternoon, as he ran down the streets, he was somehow engaged in a criminal enterprise. Their defense is summed up in an idea of grabbing their guns, chasing, boxing my son in with the vehicles, pursuing him, and eventually shooting him to death, ripping his body into pieces. And that was the right thing to do. That, if given the opportunity, both men would do the same thing again. These men are proud of what they've done. And they want to go home because in their selfish minds, they think that they're the good guys. And I and my family is left literally to pick up the pieces. As the court may imagine, I have suffered. I continue to suffer mentally and emotionally while I wait for justice for my son. My daughter, Jasmine's older sister, Jasmine Ahmaud's older sister, his best friend, just had her first baby. I often think as she begins the journey of motherhood, will I have the words of wisdom to help her along the way? Mothers protect their children. I wasn't given the opportunity to protect my son. I'm here to ask this court to help me be a mother who protects my grandchildren and fight for justice for my son. He ran this path many times, and our home was just a light jog away. But for him, no matter how he maneuvered, no matter how fast he ran, or how quickly he turned, these men refused to let him go home. They should not go home now to prepare for their defense, to enjoy their children and grandchildren, and to be embraced by the community. These men are as dangerous today as they were on February the 23rd of 2020. It is not fair for these guys to even get a pretrial release, even for consideration. They cannot go home. In the name of justice, decency, and fairness. Please keep these men behind bars until they can answer for what they did. And I also want to ask the courts. Ahmaud wasn't allowed to go home. Ahmaud wasn't even allowed the chance to live. He was denied all of that. Thank you.